Hello all. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to create Hive non-partition tables. So before we jump in here, look for the configuration video and then how to configure your Hive Spark session. Okay, once you start the Spark session in your notebook and then start copying these values into separate cell. So try to create more cells, easy way, because with this, like for example, put this information in one cell, execute it, it's so easy to debug. So here, we're going to use a database name, DB, and the location of the root location of the file directory, and the database directory is, whatever the database directory you want. So a combination of file directory and prod DB directory is kind of a root directory for our database. Underneath, we will have a table directory. Then each table has, file system. Okay, so here, drop an external table before the people one if it exists in this Spark catalog DB. So the database name is DB. So here drop table if it exists, Spark catalog and database name and table name. So look at here, your catalog name dot and okay, your database name is a variable. And so if you are in a Spark, you can just curly brackets here, and then your database name variable here. And so this way, you are more generalizing your code. You can hard code here DB, but start practicing. This way you can build your libraries. So drop the table. So here the assumption is the database already exists, this database. And if you look at our previous Hive introduction video, we created this database. Okay, or you can also add here, create the database if not exist. Then we're going to create a table. Okay, so table here and your columns. Then here we are creating a ORC format tables, file table. So here, this whenever you insert data, the data will create a ORC format. And then the location, since we are using an external table, right? You need to specify the location, look at the file directory and database name and the table name. And this is common format we follow. Okay. So create external table and table name and using ORC. And then once your table is created, then you can describe extended and their table name. So this way you will know what is the table type, what is the file type of the file types for this table, and where is the location of the table, all this, and then what are the column names, what are the partition name, everything you can see it. So describe, extended, very important, learn about this one. Then show, right? If you don't show it, it will not, it just creates a data frame, it will not show anything. So always try to, whenever you want to see the data, create. Then after that, you're going to insert data. So if you look at here, Spark SQL again, so 3 codes, that way then I can have different lines wrapped up. And then here values, I'm inserting all these 3 rows in a single commit. So you can do that. You can put individual values. So think about this is simple, even your standard SQL statement, but we are putting underneath, Spark SQL. So we're going to insert data. Then once you insert data, then go back to your shell command, and you're running this one in a Jupyter notebook, and look at this directory, look at the files. Okay, we'll practice that one. Once you look at the files, and then you will see ORC files. Then let's select the data. Okay, select star from this table and show data. And this is how you're going to create a Hive table. Now let's go back to another example. It's the same thing, only difference is Parquet file here. Exactly same table. Of course, we're calling as a people 2, previously people 1 table, but here we are using a Parquet file. So in Hive ORC is, if you go to a Hadoop cluster in CDP, it's a ORC is a default, but some engines may have Parquet, but Iceberg, we prefer Parquet. Why? In Iceberg, to build an open lakehouse, and then tools like, Databricks, Snowflake, EMR, Dreamio, Trinio, Starburst, S3 tables, they all use Parquet. So, going forward, all our Hive table data will be converted into Iceberg, which is going to be a Parquet format. However, good thing is in Iceberg, you can have both Parquet and ORC in the same directory, which is fine. If you have Hive table already in ORC and majority of the Cloudera cluster Hive files are in ORC, which is fine. We can convert ORC Hive table to Iceberg tables. Then upcoming data in Iceberg you want in ORC format or Parquet format, you can choose when you are designing the Iceberg. We will look at it later. So here the intent here is non-partition table in Parquet format. Only thing is just change this value and then insert the data, right? And look at the content and look at the directory. So this is how you create a Hive table, which is a non-partition Hive table. Okay. So start your Spark session. Okay. So look at the configuration and then, you choose your database name and start learning these variables. And we are using Python, PySpark. So this is how you're going to declare. So make sure use this. Then start learning about everything in a variable way instead of hard coding. Then you can reuse this code, different modules where you are actually building your applications. So in this module, we'll learn about how to start the Hive configuration and how to create a non-partition table and how to with the ORC file format and Parquet file format. Thank you.